Hi, Goddess of Awesome here, and today is April 24th, just 3 days before my 40th birthday. I am 39 right now. I wanted to make a quick video, hopefully it's quick, about sex workers being brave. It struck me today in my workout that, sex workers are brave individuals. Male or female, transgender, all of us, we are some brave sons of guns. Honestly, the average person could not handle the work we do, mentally, emotionally, and otherwise. The average person wouldn't have the goal, and they also wouldn't have the craft. There is a craft. You may disagree with me, but there is an art to being a sex worker. Now, there's tons of different branches, yeah? There's being an exotic dancer. There's being a cam girl or boy. There's being the full service person. There's being the high caliber courtesan. There's being a sensual massage therapist who specializes in hand jobs, which has been my expertise for the last 18 years. There's so many more that I haven't even named. But each and every single one of us, the ones who are in the industry as workers, the ones who have been in for a while, this is a craft and it's an art. And it takes a lot of bravery and goal to be able to go to work every single day, to be able to shift your mind on, to be able to put aside what needs to go to the side. There's definitely a high degree of professionalism. There is, because maybe not every sex worker can do this, but many of us choose not to use our sessions as a place to have emotional and mental vomit, right? Most of us don't project our stuff onto our clients. Most of us keep it quiet. The good ones, right? The good ones, we don't take our personal life to work. Now there's some clients who get to know you after a while. They'll start drawing things out of you because they kind of want to know, they kind of feel you as a friend, or respect you as a person. In general, we leave that stuff at home, and we bring complete professionalism to the workplace, and some of you out there may not think a sex worker is going to work, but it truly is a job. It's a necessity for a lot of persons who are seeking a sex worker. They're obviously not getting something at home if there's a void enough, so much so that they are seeking companionship, therapy, mental titillation, soothing from a sex worker. So I just want to tip my hat to all the sex workers out there, all my brothers and sisters who are out there going to work each and every day, putting on their brave face. It takes a lot of courage to answer the phone. It takes a lot of courage to walk into that club. It takes a lot of courage to go whatever venue it is, to go to work and to be on. That's a lot of internal strength. Now, there's probably a handful of sex workers who absolutely hate their job and don't want to go to work, but that's true for every private sector. There's lawyers out there who hate their job, who don't want to go to work. There's business owners who hate their job, there's tons of people out there who hate their jobs, It's not just exclusive to sex workers not enjoying their work, but yet we put that brave face on and we go to work anyways, just like any other professional out there. Professionals make the hard look easy, right? A professional makes something difficult look absolutely simple, So when you have a significantly professional sex worker who has a high level of integrity and operates out of a high standard, that's pretty significant. you know, and magical. And it's absolutely a gift to society. You know, there's a lot that would happen if the sex worker completely disappeared. Like, sex workers are a positive outlet for a lot of people. And when things are happening behind closed doors or in a designated zone with consensual adults who are cognitive of what's going on, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, you know? So I just wanted to say that sex workers are brave. You know, look at all the film stars out there. Now, I don't personally resonate with a lot of the pornography that's out there these days, and I have handfuls of clients who've told me the same thing. Like, most gentlemen do not enjoy their woman crying, okay? That's just an FYI. Most guys don't want that. I have heard it from so many different clients. Why is the porn the way it is these days? Why are all the girls so unhappy and being hurt mentally and emotionally and physically somewhat? And why are they crying? Why are they seeking to get the girl to cry? Most healthy guys who are healthy in the brain do not want that. That is a niche for a sliver of a fraction of society who enjoys that. I put them in the sadist category, you know? Most guys who are healthy don't want their woman sad. They want her happy and enjoying herself and having fun in a good, positive way. That's what most gentlemen want to see in life and on the screen. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Please offer me some comments, gentlemen. Most guys aren't into the crying kind of situation. So that being said, most men or persons, there's women who seek a sex worker also. Most persons who go to see a sex worker, they're not trying to make her cry. They don't want that. You know, there could be a small fraction of people who are jerks or sadists or who are wired a certain way, who get off on that sort of thing. But most people don't, you know? So the sex worker is, they bring so much to society, you know, because we've been underground forever. Society doesn't realize how much valid treasure we are, you know? There's a lot of validity to the presence of a sex worker in society, you know, and I absolutely believe with all my heart that they should be decriminalized. You know, they're not out there hurting people. They're not stealing. They're not trying to be shisty. They're literally going to work, you know. They earn their money. You know, you may not agree with how they earn their money, but they are still earning it. You know? So I just want to say sex workers are brave. Every day they're brave to deal with the unknown, to take a phone call from someone they have no idea. You know, we listen closely. A seasoned sex worker can hear things instantly. You know, there's fluctuations of vibrations. A seasoned sex worker's ear will pick up on that. Now, a novice, they're going to have to go through the school of hard knocks. Yeah, they're going to have to deal with a few people who aren't serious. They're going to have to be stood up a few times. They're going to have to be sent on a wild goose chase that doesn't ever manifest into a real person. I've been through all that. I know, you know, and so you start hearing it really quick on the telephone if you're doing phone calls, no matter what your gig is. If you're answering the phone, you can hear instantly if someone is genuinely serious or if they're just messing around, playing around, just calling to see who answers the phone, trying to get some free phone sex. Not that they're getting phone sex out of you, but we don't know what they're doing on the other side of the phone. They could be handling their package while we're just basically saying hello. You know, people, you know, the human mind has infinite space to visit, you know. But in general, be it if you're a porn star on screen or a provider who sees people on an individual one-on-one basis or a dancer who walks into a club, you know, we are brave souls. You know, try the average person to get up and do what the sex worker does. You couldn't handle it. You know, most of you probably wouldn't want to handle it. And again, there's another beautiful thing that the sex worker brings to society. We handle what none of you can. And if you were handling your stuff at home, your person wouldn't be seeking a sex worker. So there's obviously some kind of void happening, be it if it's a person's in a long-term relationship or if they're single. Either way, there's some kind of void happening. They're not being fulfilled all the way, mentally mostly, because it all starts up here, all of it. But physical, absolutely, because men equate physical touch to love. When you remove the physical touch from your relationship, your man will start to feel unloved. It is human nature. It's just the way he is hardwired as a male species. So, you know, you may be happily married somewhat, but if you're forgetting to handle your man, and I don't just mean handling his package, I mean just giving him loving caresses, you know, reassurance that you find him attractive, you know, flirtation that is fun in little small doses, you know, in appropriate times and places, you know. There's a lot of ways you can demonstrate affection towards your significant other. And when that goes away, when it fades away, when you get too busy with work, you get too busy with the house, with the daily grind, and you don't love on your man or woman, they will start feeling unloved. And if they try to reach out to you and it goes unmet, if they can't connect with you on some level in that manner, they will find others to connect with. Their human nature requires this. On some level, they have this human need to connect. Sensually, spiritually, their spirit needs it. Sexuality cannot be separated from the wholeness of the human experience. It's absolutely part of the human experience. And you can't fragment that. You can't dissect it and put that over there, sexuality over there, and it's separate from everything else. It's not. It's connected to everything. That's why so many people seek out sexual relief. Sexual relief on some nature, be it through photographs, so that they can masturbate to it on the quiet, right, in their own personal space, or through pornography on the quiet, like visual video pornography, or meeting someone in person and having verbal conversations. That connection, that human connection, it's absolutely necessary. So persons who are sex workers, no matter what branch they're on, are absolutely brave and courageous souls. We handle things that most people in society cannot handle and wouldn't want to handle, you know? And maybe are incapable of handling because you were never taught proper as a young person to include that sexuality is not negative and it's not bad. Sexuality is only negative and bad when it is misused. And the misuse of sexual energy is to project it onto somebody, to take it from somebody, to force it on somebody. That is the misuse of sexual energy. Straight up. But anything in between, when it's a consensualness, there's some kind of dance, some kind of energetic dance. And that beautiful dance is what every single soul craves. You absolutely crave it. That is why marketers use sexuality to market, because sex sells, right? We know, this isn't news to anybody. You already know this. Why does sex sell? Because it's fascinating. It's interesting. It's the part of life that lights us up. You start going down that path a little bit, you start forgetting about the daily BS. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful exchange when it's consensual. It should be a celebration. Sexual energy absolutely should be a celebration between two consenting adults, you know? So, sex workers are brave. They're full of bravery. They have nerves of steel, some of us. You know, they get up and go to work when they don't want to. Just like so many of you out there. We're no different than you. We just happen to have a different forte. We happen to have different capabilities than others. And I don't think that's anything to be shameful of. I don't think that's anything to mark somebody as a bad person or an unholy person. You know, sexuality is sacred. It absolutely is. Each and every one of us have been created through sexual energy. Sexual energy is creative energy. And it's meant to be a beautiful exchange. So when you remove that beautiful exchange from your loved one because you get too busy, and I'm not pushing any fault on anybody. It's easy to get too busy. It's so easy. You can forget about a lot of things, not just sexuality. You can forget about a lot of things when you get busy. You can forget to eat right. You can forget to eat at all. You can forget your sleep, right? Because a lot of people, we sacrifice our sleep to keep going forward. You can sacrifice a lot of basic needs when you get busy. And sexuality is absolutely a basic need. And for persons who aren't getting it at home or they're single and they have no outlet, the sex worker is absolutely invaluable to society. And I believe they deserve their due credit. And I believe they deserve to be decriminalized. And they absolutely need positive venues of advertising. They need to be able to survive. You're never gonna wipe out the sex worker, ever. Sorry, never. You're never gonna make it go away. You can try to squish us. You can try to lock us up. You can try to do a whole bunch of things, but you know what? Every person craves us, even persons who are in power. Even the persons putting the cuffs on the girls and the boys, even the persons who are wearing the blackness, you know, the judge, you know, there's a lot of persons out there who use the services of a sex worker. You know, there's a little hypocrisy right there, right? Be that person in power, and yet let's take them all down, you know? So I absolutely stand for rights, civil rights for the sex worker. They need to be acknowledged for the beauty that they bring to society. We're not trying to be out there in front of everybody's face. A lot of us are very, very quiet. You won't even know that we're a sex worker unless you need to know. We don't wear it on our sleeves. Now, there's some out there who are a little more flamboyant. I'd say that's a very small percentage. Most people aren't out there promoting themselves in normal society. You know, if you find the venues of advertising where you can find a sex worker, then maybe you'll locate one that way. But most aren't going to the grocery store, walking to the mall, walking down the boulevard of the beach or wherever, promoting their services, right? Or we're a lot more discreet than that. So, anyways, that's all. I just wanted to say sex workers are brave. And anyone who doesn't think so, well, I challenge you to live a day in the life of one of us. You wouldn't be able to handle it. And you probably don't want to. So don't bark at people who are okay with that work. We're not asking you to do it. We're not trying to solicit you into our world. Most of us wouldn't want anyone coming into our world because we know the toughness, you know? But that's just it. It's tough work. And yet a lot of us have found a way to thrive in that work. We've mastered a craft that most of us don't necessarily want to do all the time, but for some reason we're able to do it, and for some reason we're good at it, you know? So yeah, so that's all I want to say. Sex workers are amazing. We're humans. A lot of us have great hearts and beautiful minds, and we deserve to be treated like equals in society, 100%. And we are very, very, very brave individuals, be it whatever gender you are. We're very brave, and I believe we deserve that credit, 100%. So that's all I have for you this morning. I am the Goddess of Awesome. Thanks so much for being here with me today. If you found any value in this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to know more, please subscribe. And in the meantime, bright blessings and be well.